Me, like the Epic. If you get the Rebel Bounty, go straight to the cave right outside the castle. Fight like 5 of them at a time. You can complete it in 10 minutes. You get 1000 growls. You can start watching the video now. But what's the second fastest way? I'm gonna compare everyone's second favorite methods of gaining growlets. Farming and loot diving. Actually, I'll do it like 4 minutes in. I'm gonna mention all the honorable mentions. If you know them all, then you'll be just like me. I mean, like, look at me. Here's the honorable mentions, haha. Crab chance. When you collect all the collectibles and stuff, whatever, you're in the gold growlet game. And assuming you win a gold growlet every time, you're up for 50 growlets profit. Except this game is rigged. You want to put your growlets on the line for this? I actually won that first try. But yeah, the game's still rigged. Bug hunting. This is completely unviable in Growl's winter season because all of the flying bugs hibernate. Except the wasps, your favorite. Bug hunting is otherwise the slowest. No, you can't catch the wasp. The slowest reliable way of making growlets. If you're catching bugs and selling them right after, don't do that. Bank them up and sell them whenever the witch says she'll pay extra for them. For what it's worth. I mean, it's not really that much more. It's a freaking rip-off. Can't do this anymore. Must have gone broke. We all knew it was coming. This is also an extinct method. To me it felt like it was for people who enjoy those mobile games, so you win a $5 voucher after watching like 500 ads or something. Then again, I was just a little boy at the time, you know, and I was afraid. TrialPay gave the option to earn growlets through third-party services a game, so you could play through Growl. And if you met the criteria, you'd get some growlets. I just chose the easy-looking generic mobile games, like catch all the apples falling off the tree. Even Solitaire back then gave me the heebie-jeebies, like, oh, this must be gambling. Only the cowboys play this. Killing baddies. This method isn't it anymore. Bandits are the most beneficial ones to kill because they drop loot and treasure maps. The only reasonable incentive for killing baddies for hours on end is if you're grinding for leaderboards. Only thing is, you need to be on that Growl grind non-stop every single day for 3 months or whatever. The house rating one is the only one you can sort of cheat. If you're a big influencer who's just hopped on Growl for the first time, just get your 10,000 followers to download Growl, tell them to like your in-game house and you win. Growl wins too, it's a win-win, only to the chagrin of players who empty their wallets on their houses. There is skill involved in making a very good house. Proof of that is the guild called Architect. Too bad they act like they're all high and mighty, those darn pompous pricks. One time I said, oh my god, Zah, your house is so cool. And he said, get lost, punk. I made that up. Selling furniture. This is the worst method you could even think of. It's like going to the dentist and the dentist says you can only sell your furniture for a tenth of the price you bought it for. Every goddamn time. Doesn't let me sell these flowers. Why doesn't it let me sell these flowers, man? And then there's furniture you get from events which only sell for 1 growlet. In some cases like capsule machines, you don't know what you're getting but you still spend hundreds of growlets for it. Why does it have to sell for just 1 growlet? Where are those growlets going, Stefan? Stealing growlets. Alright, the gig's up. These honorable mentions haven't really been honorable, but they have been mentions. I don't think I've ever done this successfully, but it's easy. You just go to someone's house, hoping that they left their growlets unlocked. Like, come on, there's gotta be at least one. Fashion shows. They don't have to end with a growlet giveaway, but sometimes people will say there's a big growlet prize, and then you'll win and they'll kick you out. Sometimes you'll join a fashion show hosted by a random guy by the name of Vortex117. You and the other players' lives will never be the same ever again. The themes he gave us to dress up as is despicable. Auction house. Oh yeah, this might be the best method actually. The one time I ever submitted a hat, I got 14k for it. And I don't know how it works. Futurama reference. Oh wait, this video is how to make growlets on that. Also, you can buy growlets. So, for reference, I timed myself doing a bounty and got my 1000 growlets in 12 minutes. I think that's world record. To know what was more efficient out of farming and loot diving, I did them for 12 minutes each. I have a good feeling farming is gonna win. So after loot diving, I'm taking the loot to each of their specific buyers instead of giving everything straight to Elster. Just going a bit over 12 minutes for loot diving, no big deal. And to sacrifice the validity of my investigation, I already had like 7 bits of loot in my inventory from before I started timing myself, but it's nothing. The 2 big reasons for my assuredness in farming being the more efficient method are my 2-player mounts and auto farm. Hell yeah. As an owner of the biggest waste of money in the game, I would like to discourage everyone from buying it. Having spent real money for it, its cool value got decreased by 100%. Anyway, it's kind of dawned in on me that 12 minutes isn't really enough time to use up 99 bombs as I usually do. But I'm still feeling confident in farming. How about we just skip to the end? Wins! Real talk, I don't remember if I did in fact think farming was gonna win. It's been 2 months already since I recorded all that stuff. Let's just go back. Real talk, I don't remember if I know what you're thinking. Obviously we'd have to do several trials of what I'm doing for reliable results. Actually yeah, someone should do that. I'm coming up with ideas for you guys. GrowlTubers are always running out of ideas. Jerry and Harry actually had the same problem. But most of the time, GrowlTubers have their content given to them by Growl. You're just showcasing stuff all the time. The game does it anyway. And I know, the video's got all this time left. Surely I'll spend it on just figuring out for everyone whether there is a definitively better option out of loot diving and farming. But would I? In the Penal Colony is a short story by Franz Kafka, which reminds me of this whole Growl situation. The story has this officer explaining this wild execution machine to this traveller, and you learn that it has been regarded as much more than just a machine that slowly tortures and kills you, before the time of the new commandant, who is set on abandoning it. Anyway, near the end, the traveller finds a grave at a tea house belonging to the previous commandant, the one who invented the machine. And his grave is low enough for a table to be put over it, but it reads something like, "Someday the commandant will rise from the dead and command the colony once again. Just you wait." Just like Growl. The Growl people yearned for a bygone era, the return of the golden days when the game was at its peak. If only it could go back to being as lively as it once was. If only Growl could go viral. If only the great GrowlTubers who've since quit could make their big return. People want Growl to have a savior. So I will be its conqueror. You heard it here first, ladies and Growlermen. I am waging war on Growl. You know what making Growl videos for 4 years does to you? Makes you into a loser. A real loser. During the months I tend to spend working on my Growl videos, I don't play Growl. Yet I stray away from family, friends, and last and least, but anyway, I stray away from Growl stuffs. A video that was by no means perfect, but one of very few where I said, I'm making this video right now, right then and there, without breaking any promises, without having all the seasons pass through it, and the game's content being updated by the time I upload it. So, until Growl Stuffs 2, until Kingdom Come, I am going to take this game by storm. I swear, Growl will really be shaken to its core by my covenant, and all the cat-calling degenerates who have always pervaded Growl City streets will become silenced, drowned out by a loudening chant that goes, Zack D Epic, Zack D Epic, Zack D Epic! And you won't even know I'm there. Loot diving wins!